Bizarre robbery, how police say a man threatened a Walgreens pharmacist while trying to get pills.
Plus, saving you a trip. Which Albuquerque museum is now teaming up with a world-class museum to showcase art and so much more right here at home.
And fed up, how many times one Albuquerque couple says they cleaned up damage to their backyard after a crash, and what they're saying they want the city to do to fix the repeat problem. Good morning, everybody. Nice to have you with us on this Monday morning on KRQE News 13 this morning. I'm Adam Atchison.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Krista Gutierrez. Today is Monday, January 11th, beginning of another work week, and we are still talking very freezing temperatures this morning.
Especially cold this morning.
It was so cold when I went outside.
That's the first thing I noticed. Of course, it is every morning, but this morning felt different. Kristen Curry has a look at it. Is there a reason for that today?
It is January.
Stop it. Wait a second. Breaking news. It's January?
Yeah, this just in. January 11th, guys, and it's cold. No, it is a little bit colder than anything we saw last weekend. You're going to notice it walking out the door. As far as the actual air temp goes, 21 degrees here in the metro. Winds out of the northeast about 12 miles per hour. So even though we're in the low 20s, because of the wind, it feels even colder than that. 13 below zero in Taos, 5 in Las Vegas, 15 and Gallup, with more of those 20s and 30s down to the south. You'll notice the hourly forecast does put us in the upper 30s later on today, and we will get in a good amount of sunshine overhead, but we're still kind of struggling when it comes to those afternoon numbers. Average this time of year is in the mid 40s. We'll get closer to that number starting tomorrow, but still in the upper 30s to low 40s for the next several days, and may even see some rain and snow sneak its way back into the forecast by the later end of the work week. So I'll break down that entire 7-day for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thanks so much, Kristen. A Northwest Albuquerque couple fed up this morning after a third crash into their wall and backyard at a busy intersection. Eugene and Rose Torres, they've lived in their home at Irving and Cayenta since 2009. Since then, 3 different drivers have crashed into their property, damaging their wall, trees, even patio. Saturday night was the most recent incident. Take a look at your TV screens here. They say they awoke to a loud bang, then found a car sitting right in their backyard. Now they're worried if it happens again, someone could be killed.
Are we going to be safe next time? Because now we don't have these trees, this block wall to protect us now. It could be, it could get worse, and we're gonna pay the price.
Police did catch up with that driver later on. The tourists say police told them she'd been drinking. They hope the city will put in speed bumps and barriers in the corners to help protect their neighborhood.
Time is now 6:03 this morning. Police are searching for the person who broke into mailboxes in a southeast Albuquerque neighborhood. Over the weekend, News 13 found at least 6 of those large mailboxes with broken, bent backs, and that was near Central and Tramway. Some neighbors tell us at least some of them have been that way since shortly after the new year, and it's kept the Postal Service from dropping off mail.
It's pretty convenient, but it's nice not to get any bills for now.
None of the neighbors that we spoke with had any idea who's behind the damage. Police were out there asking some questions.
On to news happening today. The State Environment Department is looking for your feedback to keep energy clean. The department says it is developing a plan to make sure the state meets federal EPA Clean Power Plan requirements. The guidelines regulate electric generators to lower carbon dioxide emissions. The department is holding 2 meetings this week to share information, answer questions, and get input from the public on the plan. The first is today in Gallup at the Octavia Felon Library. That starts at 5. Tomorrow's meeting will be in Grants at the New Mexico State University's campus. That starts at noon.
Developing now, state lawmakers may soon consider a proposed change to the way New Mexico legislators are paid. Las Cruces Republican Terry McMillan introduced a constitutional amendment that would give state senators and representatives salaries. Right now, all lawmakers get is a per diem. The proposal calls for them to earn the median household income in New Mexico, about $45,000, according to the U.S. Census. Both the House, Senate, and voters would have to approve that.
Moving on to this developing story this morning, deputies say they will file charges for a suspected drunk driver following a deadly crash over the weekend. It happened just after 1 Saturday morning near Coors and Las Estancias. Deputies say Jacob Salazar died. Mr. Teens learned Salazar was a 2015 Rio Grande High School graduate and the quarterback of the football team back in 2014. Investigators say the other driver, 34-year-old Roberto Lucero, was driving southbound on Coors when he crossed over the median. Lucero was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Charges are expected for Lucero after he's released from the hospital.
Time is now 6:05. We'll turn to a live look at news breaking overnight. A memorial at singer David Bowie's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles is growing after the singer died following an 18-month-long battle with cancer. That news was posted on his official website and social media pages. His agent also confirmed it. According to a short statement, Bowie died peacefully Sunday, surrounded by his family and friends. Bowie's career spanned more than 4 decades. He first rose to fame in the 60s and inspired the glam rock movement of the 70s. Bowie had just released his 25th album, Black Star, on Friday, his birthday. He was 69 years old. A lot of sad fans this morning.
Oh, yeah, he will be missed. Moving on to news happening today. Jury selection expected to begin in the trial of Cesar Goodson, the police officer who drove the van that carried Freddie Gray before his death. Gray arrived at the police station critically injured after he was driven for 45 minutes, handcuffed, shackled, and unrestrained in the back of the van. Goodson is facing second-degree murder charges.
Albuquerque police are investigating a deadly crash this morning after a man was killed while trying to cross I-40. It happened just after 8 on Friday night near I-40 in Atrisca Vista, just west of 98th. Police say the man's vehicle rear-ended a truck and then came to a stop in the median. That man, whose identity has not been released, then they say left his car and tried to cross the interstate.
As he was attempting to do that, he got struck by multiple vehicles. One of the vehicles that struck him happens to be a city vehicle. So we are handling the investigation, but the Sheriff's Department will be shadowing us.
Police tell us the person behind that city vehicle is a victim advocate for APD.
Roswell police still looking for the man who they say claimed he had a bomb inside a Walgreens. According to Roswell police, a man recently walked into a Walgreens, walked right up to the pharmacist, and told him he had a bomb and demanded prescription drugs. When the pharmacist refused, the suspect then took off.
This morning, you now don't have to go too far to take a trip to the Smithsonian. The New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science is now officially affiliated with the Smithsonian. The announcement came as part of the museum's 30th anniversary celebration over the weekend. That's a title that only one other museum has in Albuquerque, the fact that they're going to be associated with the Smithsonian. And it means that they'll showcase items from that museum in Washington, D.C.
Not everybody can come to the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. to see things. So if you can't come to us, it's our objective to bring the resources to you.
The museum also celebrated the opening in its STEM education wing over the weekend.
Pretty neat. Look at this heartwarming video this morning. Shows the moment a man literally gives a shirt off his back to a homeless man. It happened in Manhattan. The Good Samaritan noticed a man sitting in the train car without a shirt on, so he just walked over, gave him the shirt, even helped him put it on. And that's not all. The man also gave him his hat. Shortly before the video ends, you can see the homeless man right here wipes away a single tear.
I love that that was caught on video.
Yeah.
You know, you can see a true hero there.